Right.
Oh, recording.
Recording.
This morning we started with the writing prompt, what does it mean to thrive? Which is actually something I haven't been feeling recently. Thriving and had a hard day yesterday about thriving and was more aware of the neglect that I was raised in, that I'm steeped in. And then my own horticultural background of, when we worked in the greenhouse, what plants were thriving and how, what we did with plants that weren't, plants that were. So that's been up. It was good to write about it, to really not just be in sort of the stew that I was in yesterday. And it was good to work. And actually what I'm always moved by is, I can be deep, deep down in the shit. And, where there's no energy to get up and do anything. And this is what I find important about staying plugged in to, that kind of consistent, persistent practice of showing up. Because as I'm working today, I'm going, wow, I'm still going backwards. Okay, the page I'm working on now is, the writing prompt at that time was, if my back could speak, it would say, take care of me. So to come to that page after writing our own writing prompt today and really going, wow, this cyclical piece of stuff. And then on Sunday during our session, I sat and tore, I wasn't feeling this way on Sunday. I sat and tore out a bunch of images I thought would be great with this piece. I tore out a black hole. I tore out a plant that has roots trying to grow. I mean, it's just like, I think, okay, even, as much as when I'm in that place, I just want to give up on everything. I get that. I really get that staying connected, that yes, I'm in a contraction. And it doesn't, but if I show up and I'm honest about how I'm feeling and work with it, you begin to see, the pieces are there to work with.
Mm.
They may not take care of this feeling of struggling with how do I thrive? What is thriving to me? But they become what you've said before, trail markers. Like, okay, I've been in this place before. Been here before. It's got its grip on me. But instead of asking, why is it here? What is it here for? How is it here for me? Does that make sense? This time, this contraction, and what does it have to offer me?
I think that's huge. And to even recognize when we're in a contraction is a big, big deal. I mean, at least it is for me. And that's actually part of what I wrote about today. Is I can support my own weight and breathe on my own is part of what I wrote. And thriving means I don't fall apart when things leave me. And then I put, no, I can fall all the way down and still come back home. Mm-hmm. So that, I think, even when we're in the thick of it, if we know enough to say, oh, okay, how can this inform me? What is this saying? Or I'm in a contraction. And maybe that's as much as you know. But just knowing from doing this and showing up and being persistent, like you said, we know that things will cycle back around at some point. And just holding on to that.
And
Maybe that's thriving.
Right. Exactly. And I knew this morning that, part of the thriving too is just knowing I could show up this morning and I didn't have to say, oh, things have just been fine, Steph, or or try to pretty it up for the recording. This is the stuff that percolates in us and in the changing tides of the outer world and the amount of stress in the outer world and the amount of input, the knowledge grab we've got going on now with technology. The go, 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 go all the time. And I knew that I could show up and I didn't have to pump it up to be there.
Mm-hmm.
I could just show up and go, wow, yesterday was really fucking hard.
Mm-hmm.
And then to come back to this page that was, honestly, I have to say, probably, I work on things a long time. This was 2 years ago. If my back could speak, it would say. And I just think, oh, yeah, really. That is, I think about the support of a plant is that stalk or that trunk. And how they thrive, even if it's a big old tree trunk, even if it's a little tiny flower stalk. There's an energy input and output that is reciprocated.
Mm-hmm.
In sort of a balance, of what's the right time to apply fertilizer, what's the right time to water, what's the right time. And when I think about it in that way, I just think, and plants thrive with our attention.
It's so true. And that we're finding that out even more.
Mm-hmm.
Even talking
to them. It's not an
over
attention, a hyper attention. It's just an attention.
Yeah.
And would it be possible to offer to, I'm a plant. No, would it be possible to think of myself as I am a plant? What do I need to thrive? And not in that forcing growth or over thriving, but how do I encourage the growth
in every moment, knowing that it's going to be a little bit different each time. Yeah. I liked this one today. It's I like them all. I love working here, but I think it's interesting that you said a black hole because I have a woman falling into a black hole in mine.
Oh, how hilarious.
Yeah, because
I love it when that stuff happens.
I know it's just proof for me, at least, that we are here for ourselves if we take the time to check in, however that looks. And you did an excellent job at just meeting yourself today and then allowing me and other people, whoever's watching this, to witness it. And I think that's needed more than almost anything right now, is to be as authentic as possible, no matter where you're at. And I mean, without being that honest, I just don't know how things can change. So thank you.
And having it received too. And I think that's sometimes for me, that's the power of the silent sessions.
Mm-hmm.
Is you write and then you work and there's even online, I think it's kind of incredible. I would have never thought this. There's an energetic psychic, is that be the support for just being where you're at and knowing that there's other people there being there too, with themselves. It's potent.
Yeah, it's
And
incredible.
yeah, that's why your question when you asked me, how do you want to proceed? And I was like, well, definitely not unplug from this stuff.
Right.
You know, and I don't know other than that. How do I want to proceed? How do I proceed in the contraction? Do I need to know?
Right.
No, no, just come back here and see if my back could speak, what it would say.
Exactly.
Shit, it's that easy. Take care of yourself. Take care of me. So thank you. And I feel like that's what this work does. It's it, you know.
It certainly moves things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Thanks,
All
Steph.
right. Thank you, Sarah. Thank everybody for watching.
Yeah.
Being part of this.